Welcome back to Daytime, everyone. Jaden Hair is here in our kitchen, steaming it up as always. And I love it when you come here because you bring...
Good food?
I learned... Well, yes, of course. And I learned stuff because you bring stuff that I'm not really familiar with. And you also brought a friend.
Yes, I did. This is Janet Craig. And I recently went to Mount Dora, which is smack dab in the middle of Florida. Just, pretty much landlocked. And found a sushi restaurant called Mount Dora Sushi that was... one of the best that I've ever had. So I brought Janet along. We're going to be making miso soup. So I wanted to introduce Janet.
Always nice to have a cooking buddy. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, well, what are we doing here? Miso soup?
Miso soup. And it is incredibly easy. It only takes, what, about 5 minutes?
That's it.
And your family is from Japan?
Right. My mom's from Yamagata, Japan. And actually, every Japanese restaurant that you go to in the United States, you can find miso soup on the dinner menu. But actually, miso soup is a breakfast staple in Japan.
Really?
And I grew up with miso soup, and we can make it right here. You can make it at home.
Is it always served hot, or can it be served cold?
We like to have it hot.
It's actually a good way to start the morning because it's a nice warming way to start the morning. It's incredibly healthy too. So in 5 minutes we can make miso soup.
Even better. And it uses ingredients I've never heard of.
I know, 2 main ingredients, dashi and miso. And we're going to talk about dashi first. This is dashi. Here, I'll give you some. And Janet's going to go ahead and miso soup. But look at the granules. This is made of bonito flakes. It's made into granules, so it's more like instant. And all you have to do, look how granular they are. And go ahead and put that in. And we've got some water that we just boiled, and we're going to add some dashi powder, and we're going to whisk it. And that's it.
A grain?
It's kind of like bouillon that you get, like chicken bouillon, but instead this is made from fish, so it's bonito. And it comes in a package like this, and that's it. We're done. That's dashi.
Okay.
Easy, huh?
So we're halfway through.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
And the second major ingredient is miso. So we've got 2 different types of miso paste here. The light colored miso.
It's like paste.
It is paste. It is miso paste. And we've got the darker miso right there. And the general rule is that the darker the miso paste, the saltier and more strong the flavor is. So my favorite is shiro miso, which is the white miso.
It smells really good. It smells like you're walking into a Japanese restaurant.
There you go, exactly.
Is this used in a lot of dishes?
It is used in quite a bit, a lot of dishes. You can actually smear it on scallops, and then grill your scallops and smear a little bit of it on the scallops. And I'm going to give this to Janet, and she's going to go ahead and add that to the dashi broth. And Janet, if you can tell us some basic rules about miso.
Well, you don't want to boil it. That's very important. So when you're going to drop it in, we're going to drop in about a tablespoon of miso to every cup of liquid that we have.
Okay.
So we've got about 5 cups of water in here. So she's going to do 5 spoonfuls of this in there, and we're going to whisk it. And one of the main things is never have this boiling, because once you boil the miso, it ruins all the health qualities.
It starts to cook it.
It starts to cook it, and it just kind of ruins the miso. So you just want to make sure you turn your heat off. Now, that's it. That's miso soup. That is the basis of miso soup, and that's called red miso. And it's saltier. You can open it up and smell it. It's got a much stronger taste to it.
Oh, yeah, that
much
can tell
stronger.
The difference. Sure.
Yeah, and I love the white miso. It's just a little bit more delicate than the red miso.
Is it salty?
It is very salty.
It is
In
salty.
fact, if you want to taste it, you can taste it, but it is incredibly here. You can taste a little bit of it. Just put on your finger.
And we like to put it on corn. Corn on the cob is good. You can just smear it on, or even on cut cucumbers in the summertime. It's great that way.
No, that's very good.
And now we can customize the miso soup. We've got, you can use really any type of ingredients. It's based on what you have in the kitchen, right? Sure. We've got tofu, we've got green onions, we have wakame, we've got some spinach, and these are called enoki mushrooms. And you can just cut the base off. You don't want the base, but you just want the tops. And we're going to add, I know, it looks like a little, you can whisk around with it. We're going to add tofu to ours. And notice it's not boiling. We've stopped the boiling water, but
will the tofu melt or?
No, it's going to stay as cubes.
Okay.
And
it's going
to stay as cubes. But with tofu this fresh, you really don't need to cook it, and it's a very healthy dish. Now this is, I'm going to give you the green onion. This is wakame. This is dried seaweed. It's actually reconstituted with some water, so it's soft now, but it was dried, and we're going to add this to
this
the
recipe,
soup.
by the way, is at daytimeonline.tv, folks.
It is. And that's it. That's so simple. Go ahead and dish that up, and we're going to...
Very, very good.
While we wrap up, you can serve us a little bit of miso soup.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jaden Hair's friend, for coming along. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And again, daytimeonline.tv for this recipe coming up. Hey guys, you know what? We got to take care of our skin as much as the ladies do. It's a lot more fun if it involves our favorite sweets, though, right? Intrigued? Well, stay tuned to find out more. I'll eat some miso soup. Be right back.